Hello, and welcome back to another vlog. I'm Tish. I am a busy career professional, mom, and a wife, and a woman who is going after all of the things and striving to do so with excellence. I will get my intro down at some point. Okay, I'm going to get it down at some point. I want it to be exactly what I'm pressing record to do so that you can relate. But I am those things. I am a career professional. I work 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Sometimes it feels like 9 to 9. I work a 9 to 5. I am a PhD. I have a PhD. I was getting ready to say I'm a candidate, but y'all, I'm getting ready to graduate in a matter of weeks. And I am a mom. I'm a volleyball mom. I'm trying to have fun when I am not working and when I am not contributing to my community by way of community service and service projects, and I'm trying to embrace my 40s because they are so different than my 20s and 30s. And I've even found myself wondering, if I was given the opportunity to repeat my 20s and 30s, maybe I really thought about that. Maybe my 30s, not my 20s. I think the lessons that I've learned along the way has shaped me to be where I am now, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. If I had to rewind time and go back to 20s and 30s and have to learn this stuff all over again, nope. Keep me where I am. But I am over 40, and I take care of my family the best way that I can, all while trying to take care of myself. I have an elderly, and it saddens me to say elderly, but my mother is 80, and I have an aunt who is close to 80, and I am both of their caregivers. They do not live in the home with me, but it is a daily thing. I have to oversee everything for them. Today is Monday, and it's my off day. Although it's my off day, I don't usually, I do all the things that I can't do during the week and on the weekends because I'm also a volleyball mom. So I try to, get in some things for me, get in some things to manage the home, and also run errands with my mother and my aunt. That's what we're going to do today. In addition to, I've scheduled the errands for like the early part of the day, because there's some things that I need to do for business and for work in the latter part of the evening. Also, I'm working on some gifts, and I may be able to show those in this vlog because hopefully this vlog will go up after the gifts have been given. So I think I'll show those in here, and if not, I can just push it off until later. The power of technology. But I need to get those done. This week is a steady week. It's also spring break for my girls and many other people in this part of the woods that I'm in. And I keep saying woods, but I'm not being facetious. Y'all, I'm in the Mid-South. I'm in the deep South. Arkansas is the woods, okay? So the second half of this video, because I'm going to take you along all day long, the first half is going to be with me running errands, trying to get some administrative work done in between, and then this evening it's solely working on course, a program. I'm also starting a training program, so I'm going to finalize those details and also get some crafting in. And I have a special guest, and this is my honey, Oscar. I'm not going to ask you to say anything.
Hello, how y'all doing?
All right, I'm going to talk to him and I'll be back. And if you're wondering, I had a period bump, but I forgot that I bought these little acne patches, so you'll see this before I leave the house. Hopefully I won't forget that this is on, but yeah, this will be in the video. When my husband heard me tell you all, you told him about a period? And I had to break it to him. I was like, I'm a woman and a mother. Other women are women and mothers. Periods happen. Periods happen. It's okay to talk about it. He was like, oh, okay. And it's something how we've made some things taboo and almost shameful to talk about. Now there's some things we need to keep the shame, but when it's natural and it can help someone else, we should talk about it. And y'all, look at this lipstick. It's a lip bar in the color It Girl. Get into it. Get into it. I love it. I am now trying to lay out my day and see what all I need to tackle first, like the priorities. So I have all of my things that I need. My weekly planner. This has been so helpful to me. I have a notebook that I've been using. I like that. I wanted something hard, and I like that the spiral is at the top, so I can just flip the pages over. And I like spiral notebooks and planners. So I'm equipped with that. I just checked emails to make sure that I did not miss anything that I should be adding to my priorities list for today. I just want to have a plan in place, although this is an off day. I want to incorporate things for me, my girls, and of course, that must do things that I need to get done, like running errands with my mom and getting some things done here. Um, it is always best when things seem to pile up and you have so much to do that you don't just let that continue to play over and over in your head. The best thing to do when you feel yourself thinking about you have to do this, and that is to download it from your mental space however you can. For me, it is physically writing it down. If I do not have access to paper and pen, I will use my phone. I do have running lists in there, but for my style, if it is written down, I like to physically see what I'm doing so that I can either cross it out cross it out with a pen, or I can use a highlighter. I love to use a highlighter in colors that I love to mark it off so that I can visually see the progress that's being made. So that is what this particular time I allotted today. My intention is to share that with you so that if you find yourself overwhelmed, the first thing to do is to not try to mentally categorize it in your mind, but to document the things that are pressing. Start off with a master list if you have to. So if there's so many things, just say there are 8 to 10 things that you need to get done for the week. Think of it so that it won't keep playing over and over in your head and you're getting overwhelmed and you start to become paralyzed because there's so much to do. Write it down. Write the entire list down. If it is more than 3 things, write a master list. That's going to be considered your master list. Then from the master list, look at what you need to accomplish each day. And based on priority, assign the task to certain days of the week. You may find out that it's just 2 things that you need to do on Monday, 1 thing on Tuesday, and then as you see, you're not having to try to do all 10 things or more in one day within a few hours. You break them down into smaller tasks by assigning them to specific days. You can even go further with that. If you've assigned 2 things on Monday, you can break those 2 things down into smaller bite-sized pieces, whether it's to start a conversation, you need to send an email, and so on. That is going to be so helpful to you if you are managing a very busy calendar and you are pulled in all different directions. I would like to consider myself to be organized, but I am human, and I also have to allow for impromptu things to happen, such as life. Things are going to happen beyond our control to where we have to shift some things. When I put down my plan for today and for the week, that's my idea. That's so I can know what to work towards for that day or that week. But there are going to be other circumstances and things that are going to happen to where my schedule will be shifted. And back in 2020, we learned the word pivot. You have to be willing to pivot positively so that you can stay on track and get the things done. Right now, I have about 15 to 20 more minutes to download today. I will plan the week when I know for sure that I don't have to leave the home and go do things. My mom and the errands are a priority for me. So right now, I'm going to download the things that I feel like I should get done today. And when I come back this evening and plan for the week, the things that I then realize cannot get done today will be assigned to days this week. Give yourself grace, friend. You can do all of the things well, but with a plan. I have a saying, and it's plan well and conquer. Although you will plan well and you think that you have everything down on paper, things are going to happen to disrupt your plan. But just know that even with the disruptions, interruptions, the distractions, you can get back on track. And you have the plan in front of you. So when you do steer off the road and it's time to come back and go down that path, you have the plan in place. I hope that helps you. I just want you to know that you're not alone in being overwhelmed, but sometimes we get so busy to where we're not productive. And I don't want that for you. I certainly don't want that for me. So pull out your favorite planning tool. If you don't have one, this is the time to go ahead and explore your planning style. Do you like daily planners? Do you like weekly planners or monthly calendar? Or do you just like plain notebook and paper? Or is it a digital system on your iPad or your cell phone? Find what works for you so that you can start working your plan well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my day's plan together and head on out. We got tropical smoothie. I have been sticking true to my mango magic without the low fat yogurt. I add ginger, and I've just recently started adding chia seeds. So refreshing. And my mom and my youngest, they both like the Jetty Punch, which is the strawberry banana smoothie. And my oldest, she's lame. She never gets one. All right, errand number 1. Me and the young one are running errands because the oldest one wanted to go home, and I still have a bossy one with me. But we are getting the car wash, and she wants to go to a store yet again to find some things for these darn clothespins. But nonetheless, here we go. We are now home, and it is 5:34. So we've done a lot from the last time that we talked. I think we went about the town and went to a few stores. There is some computer work that I need to get done. I also have a Zoom meeting scheduled for 7 o'clock, and the family, just the immediate family, we're going to go and eat dinner. We're going to eat Mexican tonight. So I'm going to try, and I'm also watching a movie, and it is called Duplicity on Prime. I wanted to take a nap, but I also am looking at my to-do list for today, and I just found some things that I can do while I relax on the sofa, knock out some computer things instead of sitting in my desk in my office. So I'm going to watch this movie, do some computer things. I may even edit a video while I'm editing some curriculum, and wait for us to go to dinner, and then the Zoom. Not too much worried about having a set up for the Zoom, because even if it runs over into dinner time, I can play it in my ear and listen in. It's for an event that I'm not going to be able to be present at, but I signed up for a committee, and I can at least give my input now up until the event, because I will be out of town. But that's that. So I'm going to turn back on this movie. If you've seen Duplicity on Prime, it's by Tyler Perry. Let me know down in the comment area what you thought about it. You don't have to give any spoiler alerts. Just let me know what you thought about it. And yeah, I'm going to see if it's a hit or a miss. Well, hello, hello. You have made it to the end of this vlog. It is now time for me to head to work. I thank you so much for watching this particular vlog. I didn't show you the sweatshirts because I really do believe that this video is going to go up before I have to give them to the recipient. So I will include that in the next vlog. I feel like I had a pretty productive off day, and I was able to spend time with my family. I believe that I stopped picking up the camera when it was time for us to go to dinner. Sometimes I take the camera with me when I'm with my family, and then other times I really value that time and I don't pick up the camera. So if you don't see my particular family in my videos that often, that's because I try to respect their privacy, and when they want to be on the camera, I let them be on the camera. But then when we're having family time, I don't want to take away from that precious time and be that internet mom or internet bae, and try to use that time to capitalize on it. Not saying that's what other people do. That's just how I feel in my world. I don't want to capitalize on my family time. I just let me be the entertainer. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like this video, and talk to me down in the comment area. Do you want to see what I'm wearing before we leave? We have now reached the end of the vlog. It is time for me to go to work. The day here in Arkansas is absolutely beautiful. I think we're going to be high 70s. Oh my gosh, that is really good weather. I chose to dress for the weather, and let me show you what I'm wearing before I end the vlog. So here is this flowy top. There's a little flowery or ruffly detail to the sleeve, and if you can tell, the fabric is very light. It's see-through, but not that see-through to where you can see. I love shirts that have the bow, the tie to make a bow. I love shirts like that. That has been my obsession for 2025. Again, very, very flowy. I have on some black slacks. Hold on. I have on some black ankle pants, and they're, you know, nice and comfortable, and a black belt so that I wanted the gold buckle to kind of bring out something. And then my shoe, you've seen this before. These are cute, and they the heel allows me to be able to walk around, because that's what I need to be able to do when I am at work. But aren't these the cutest? I need to get another pair. I need to get another gold pair, and I also need to get, I love a good mule. So what I was saying, I need to get another gold pair. These have held up pretty good. I've had them for about 2 years, but when I wear them, I'm getting ready to run around. I'm going to do all the things in them. Another gold pair, a black pair, and maybe a nude colored pair. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to do that today. All right, y'all. It's time for me to head to work. We got a busy day ahead of us. Hey, friend. Hey. It's Tish. Busy professional, mom, wife, and a lady that's going after all of the things and trying to do them well. I'm starting off this vlog today. It's my off day. I just left a doctor's appointment, and I needed to get some fuel. So I went to Chick-fil-A, and now I'm eating a salad. This is a side salad with, I asked for these red tomato crispy bell pepper. I think the charred tomato crispy red bell pepper. These little crisps, they are so good. I added some, I'm trying to show you, avocado lime ranch. Delicious, okay? And I normally get grilled chicken, but I didn't specify, so I have the crispy chicken nuggets, and I just shaked everything up, and I am fueling up for the day. And I got the same for my husband. So I figured I would just turn the camera on and start this vlog. I say that, but then this ends up filling me up. It's just that good to me. And I am one, I like a basic salad. If I'm gonna have meat in it, in my salad, I just typically want chicken. I don't want to do chicken ham and all of the other things. The only vegetables I like are lettuce, tomato, bell pepper. I'll add some cheese, and I'm surprised that I even like these things. I like a very basic salad. Some people put so much in theirs, and I watch them enjoy it. I'm like, I just wish I can get my taste buds up to par to have more in my salads. But if you give me a basic salad, and I'm okay. So doctor's visit today was great. I started to get worried, and I'm sorry, so sorry. Let me finish chewing. So rude of me to chew and talk to you. So now that that is consumed, I was at the doctor's appointment, and it was just a regular checkup. It's important to keep our regular appointments, sisters and brothers. And I started to feel anxious, like out of nowhere. So, like I was gonna get a bad report or something. And while I was waiting on the physician to come in, I immediately started to pray and rebuke the fear, and to redirect my mind to positive things and speak the things that I know for me are true. I am healed. Fear not, the Lord is with me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. I mean, I literally sat in that chair and started to pray, because why would that fear come over me during a regular visit? So after I did that, I started to express gratitude, and the fear went away. That lets me know that sometimes when we get to fearing in certain situations and moments, it's not even real. It's not even real. So if this is for you and you are feeling anxious, you're starting to worry about things that no one has even told you is a thing to worry about, however you ground yourself in your faith, tap into that ASAP and know that that fear is not real. What is the saying? Fear is, what's the acronym for it? Facts, something appearing real. I can't think of it, but if you know what I'm saying, put it down in the comment area. Needless to say, the appointment turned out to be good. They looked at labs, everything turned out to be good. Now, it hasn't always been like that for me. I've had some health concerns. I've had issues to where I will go to the doctor just for him to go ahead and lay it on me and tell me all of the things that I needed to work on, the treatment plan, all of that. I have been there. And I can only say that because, maybe I was tapping into some old wounds of not receiving good reports and being in a very bad place mentally, emotionally, physically. That tried to get me today in that doctor's office. And I don't have time for it. So I shut it down immediately when it came up. So I am encouraging you to do the exact same thing. Fear is not real. So I'm going to bring you along today. Maybe I'll take you with me tomorrow. Although it is my off day, there's some things that I need to get done because I travel this week to an exciting place. I travel to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia to speak, and I will be teaching an etiquette class. Y'all, I am so excited about that opportunity. So excited about that opportunity. And I speak tonight to my sorority about professionalism, networking, and I want to say it was one other thing, maybe business attire. The group tonight will be getting professional headshots done, and I will co-speak alongside another Tish. Yes, there are two of us. And the fun fact about the other Tish is we are classmates. So we went all through high school with the same name. I go by Letitia. That's my government. And she goes by Letitia, but the exact same spelling with the exception of the T. She capitalizes hers. I don't. She goes by Tisha now. I call her Tish. And I just go by Tish, not Letitia. But we are still friends from high school, professional ladies, and we often tag team in some professional endeavors and networking opportunities. We do those together, and she's also an elected official. So I get to share the stage with her tonight, and hopefully I can bring you along. Husband's calling. Let me talk to you in a minute. Y'all, this is so good. So what I was saying is I have to prepare for that presentation tonight. And I've also started to work on, what have I started to work on? The volleyball gifts for the coaches, and then what I'm making for the coaches, some of the parents wanted the exact same thing, which is so cute. I need to work on those. I have several different types of gifts that I need to work on. The volleyball gifts. I also need to get a door prize for an organization. They're having a membership tea, and I will be traveling for volleyball, but I'm still on the committee and I need to get a door prize for that. But I'm thinking about making that door prize. I love making gifts. A couple of vlogs like way back, I showed you the beaded headbands that I make. So I'm thinking about making those and maybe adding something to it like a candle. I'm not sure, but I want to get all of the gift giving things out of the way before travel, because I'll be traveling this week, I'll be traveling next week, and with not a lot of time to just keep piling things on. So I'm trying to be proactive instead of reactive and do the things, the extracurricular things outside of what I have to do professionally. So today, that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try to plan ahead, do some things, and have fun tonight with the speaking engagement. This morning before my doctor's appointment, I got up, I made sure that I folded my laundry. I need to put on a load of towels. My oldest daughter is going to come with my youngest daughter this weekend to take her to a tournament in the absence of me and my husband. He has to do some jobs with his business, and he will not be able to take her. What else? Then, you know, I travel for volleyball twice a week for practice, and that's not in town. We have to like travel for that. So a lot of planning is going to get done today. And I also want to fine tune my presentation for Spelman. Will I get everything done today? No. But if I can get a blueprint and I can designate certain tasks leading up to the time that I have to leave, that's going to set me up for success. All right, my goal, my intention is to bring you along. Friend, I've talked, I've yapped. How are you? How are you really doing? Thank you to those who talk to me down in my comments and cheer me on. I'm cheering you on. You're sharing. I hope I don't have food in my teeth, but you've shared with me some things that you've liked about the vlogs. You've shared with me what you do for a living, and I'm telling you, it's not easy out here. While it looks glamorous, and I know that you are doing all that you can to do things well. I'm here cheering you on. Let's be here to support one another, and thank you so much for tuning into my vlogs. With that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe. Have you subscribed? I'm waiting. Like this video and talk down in the comment area. Come on. All right, let me eat my salad because I dare not do that to you. I teach etiquette. Did you hear me? I teach etiquette. And when I'm by myself, now sometimes etiquette rules go out of the window when I'm by myself, but the rules apply when you are with one other person or more. When you're in a social setting or you're in a room or space with one other person, that's when it kicks into high gear. Because if I was to eat my salad here, you wouldn't hear me talk. I'd have my knife and I'd cut my pieces of lettuce even smaller, and my chicken nuggets, I'd cut them smaller so that I could be gracious to you and be polite. But I'm going to turn the camera off because I want to eat my chicken nugget whole. Just telling you the truth. All right, talk soon. It is hours later, and I have done a few things. Right now, I'm getting ready to work on my presentation for tonight. I picked out my outfit. I went and got gas because I travel tomorrow, and I don't want to have to get gas in the middle of a busy work day. And I also went to go pick up a few things for my daughter's Easter baskets. I have a 19-year-old and a 14-year-old, and they still expect Christmas presents, the baskets like for or the gifts for Valentine's Day, and um I'm sorry. Sorry, I got distracted. But they still expect all the things. So that I don't have to buy a bunch of things like all at once and feel like I'm stressed to wait for things to come in that I've ordered. I start early. Um, so right after Valentine's Day, when they start putting out things for Easter, I'll, pick up something. Now, is their basket going to be something big and elaborate? Absolutely not. But it's going to have something that they like. It's going to be a festive and seasonal basket. Okay, so they're getting ready to come. I'm gonna have to cut that short. But I went and got my car washed, cleaned it out, and now I'm getting ready to work on my presentation. First, I'm gonna say hi to my youngest because she's just now making it home, and yeah. So I'm not going to memorize what I am going to say tonight, but I do like to come up with some type of script based on the type of session or event that I am speaking at. So I know the target audience, I know what type of event it is, and I also know what their objective is. So I try to do my spiel around what they are asking me to do. And because I don't know if there, I don't think it's going to be a panel because I said I would speak for a certain amount of time. I just want to get familiar with how I want to navigate the talk to the audience and also include portions of it to where they can interact with me and engage versus just sitting there listening to me. So that's what I'm doing now. And like I said, I'm not going to memorize it because once I'm in the moment, that takes on a different shape of its own. But it gives me an idea of the points that I definitely want to hit before leaving the room. So today's session is about professionalism. The students will be taking headshots at this event, and um, my main points to talk about is, what is professionalism and how it starts from the time that they enter into a room until the time they leave, from the time that they answer an email or attend an event, walk through the door to the time that they end, that they leave, because it is important. And then digital presence today is so much more vital than it could have ever been when I was in in school and even grad school. I'm a 90s 2000s girl, so all of the evidence, if there is evidence, you would have to pull out a CD player or comb through a photo book to see. Now everything is so loosely out there. So I definitely want to go over some of the pillars of professionalism, personally and professionally, and also digitally. And then we'll talk about some appearance and first impressions and how to introduce yourself. I think it is so important for students, not even just college students, but high school students, to learn how to introduce yourself properly. And sad to say, there's some adults that can't properly introduce themselves. And you remember the elevator pitch? I've always had a problem with the elevator pitch because it's like I'm trying to memorize something. But even in conversation and a crowded room, somebody wants to know something about you, and there's some far-fetched titles out there. I've heard someone, and you've heard them too, where they'll say, "Hi, my name is Tish B, and I am a corporate legal scientific researcher analyst over strategy." And that's I just made that up. But you hear these titles that are so specific to an industry. If you're not in that industry, you have no idea what they're talking about. I'm a secretary, or I'm a receptionist, I'm an executive assistant. But what do you do? What do you do in your role as whatever title it is? Now, there's some very impressive titles that you probably feel like you don't even have to explain what that is. It sounds tough, like CEO or director, astronaut. I'm a medical doctor. You wouldn't think that you would need something more added to that, but what makes you stand out as an astronaut? What is your research? What are you researching? What type of medicine do you practice? Who are you seeking to heal? Is it women over 40? And I mean, let people know your value versus you letting them guess what your value is. Although they're going to assume, because we do assume, I have assumed, you have, when you see someone for the first time or when they start to talk to you, you make assumptions. And that's what all of us do. But we want to be able to aid into the assumption being something of greatness or value, so that we do not have the invisible doors closed to us upon entry. I know you didn't ask for that, but this whole thing is my zhuzh. I love being able to help people show up and shine, especially those that are underprivileged, who just need the confidence to know that they have what it takes to show up in a room and be the best that they can be. That has been a personal struggle of mine. I have battled with confidence and low self-esteem, and when I started putting strategies in place and making sure that I no longer felt like I needed to be a wallflower or tucked under the mat and let everybody else walk over the mat, that's when my life changed. And although I have a profession, my purpose is to help future leaders and leaders to show up and be the best that they can be in every room that they enter. So etiquette is not just about looking cute, holding a teacup, or eating, knowing how to eat properly at a dining table. There's so much to the behaviors of etiquette and how it can take you places that your friends and family cannot take you. So you will hear me on my channel talk about etiquette, social graces, professionalism, and executive presence often. I'm very passionate about it, and I think that it's not just for corporate America, the corporate world, not just America. It affects every single industry, ministries, the medical world. You name an industry or an area, an executive presence matters, no matter where you are. And it can be in areas that have less virtue. There's always a way to present yourself in the space that you're going to enter. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to this. All right, friend, I have changed clothes, and I'll show you what I'm wearing when I get to the location. But I need to pick up one of my old teachers, and I say old teachers because, well, I'm going to pick up one of my former educators. She is also my sorority sister, and she's going to attend the event tonight. And because she doesn't like to drive at night, I said, you don't have to, I'll come and pick you up. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now, and it's showtime. All right,
Hey,
here is my golden soror, Maddie Collins.
Oh, hello.
We're getting ready to go to this event and talk about professionalism. So come on.
Oh, and she looks so pretty, y'all.
Because she has a lot going on.
I know. I'm like, I'm getting what you. Yeah.
Who's she?
Hey everybody, my name is Martravion Daniel. I'm a sophomore at the university, also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and I'm studying to going to school to become a nurse practitioner.
All right.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sadie Montgomery. I'm a junior here at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, majoring in biology, and I aspire to become an optometrist.
You are well put together. Like your But that was a prime example of how we can let our opportunity possibly go. You know, if you all are knocking on that door of every day is a day for you to shine and be the best in every room that you enter, no matter how relaxed it is, you always have to wear P's and Q's. We're gonna come back to you. Let me get the fence. All right. I just was able to share the stage with my sister, Letitia, councilwoman. We talked about professionalism, presence, and helping these young leaders play the game as they're getting ready to enter
Who you
Africa.
are, how you represent yourself is important.
All right, now it's time for a group photo. Hello, it is now the next day. It's work day. I am dressed and ready to go. We also travel for volleyball this evening, and I will take you along there, not knowing exactly how much you will see. I did insert some clips from yesterday's meeting with the college students. I need to, well, by the time you see it, I would have edited. I had one of the students to walk around with the camera and get a few clips, and I'm glad that she was able to do that. It amazes me that when I am around college students and I pull out the DJI Pocket, I have the Pocket 3, they are so in awe. So whenever I am with them, I let one of them, play around with it just so they can see what the hype is about, because I know they're seeing it on social media. But this is what I'm wearing today, and I don't know if you get a whole body, and I'm ashamed right now. When I move out of the way, you're going to see a glass pumpkin. I don't know why my husband refuses to put that away with the decor, but we move so much in our home, like in and out, going to this and that it doesn't even matter. But look. Yeah, it's April 1st, by the way. Alrighty, so I have on this dress, and I believe that I got this at H&M. I'm certain I got it at H&M, and I have on some wedge sandals, some espadrilles, and that's it. I like putting on a dress when I can't really decide on what it is I want to wear, because all you have to do is just throw a dress over your head and you look very put together. So that's what the mood is today. And I am in love, so in love with the lip bar. The pigmentation of the lip colors, the matte, and it stays on so well, so long. I'm a fan. So that's what I'm wearing today. And I always buy hoops and earrings that I can wear with absolutely everything. I don't like to take out time to pick out jewelry for outfits. I just like to pick out my outfits when I'm not just throwing on a dress. I like my jewelry to be effortless and can go with everything. And it also makes me look put together. Like these bracelets right here, I wear them absolutely every day. I don't sleep in them. I take them off because when I sleep in jewelry, I feel like I'm still constricted. However, I do have one permanent bracelet right here, but it's so light that it doesn't bother me, and I do want one more. I actually had one and it broke, and the vendor never did follow through on their word. But everyday jewelry that goes with literally everything. And with that, I had so much jewelry over the years because there were some, I didn't have jewelry that I like paid real money for. So it's a lot of costume jewelry. Although, you know, Julie Voss, I guess that's considered costume, but it doesn't tarnish. It lasts forever. Anyway, I was saying I got rid of a whole lot of jewelry, tons of necklaces, bracelets, and rings, because after I got to thinking about it, I don't wear it. I did hold on to a few pieces that I could swap out, but it felt so good ridding myself of so much jewelry clutter. Okay, headed to the office. It is the end of the workday, and I picked up the youngest. So you know what that means. It is volleyball practice time. I'm going to grab me dinner from Chick-fil-A because I did not eat today. My mind was so focused on getting things done. My Tuesdays are my Mondays, so I do things that couldn't get done on yesterday, on today, plus Tuesday's responsibilities. So the day got away from me, and I need to eat. They're playing pickleball, aren't they? Was that tennis practice? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
I could have went.
You could have. So that's what we're getting ready to do now. And just talk to the youngest because she signed up to be on the tennis team, and they practice at the same time as volleyball. Go figure. All right. Headed to get my dinner. The youngest is now grabbing my food. She's getting ready to head back. We have to go pick up her teammates, and we're hitting the road. So I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment. And until the next video, have a great day. Bye.